Is Maureen Pounds with the Indiana County Department of Human Services. She's pinch hitting today for Lisa Spencer. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm fine.
And your trip in from the north of here was okay?
It was fine. A little snowy out that way.
Yeah. Well, we've got some things to talk about here this morning, and one of those is something coming up at Marion Center Elementary School System, and that's Parent Palooza.
Yes, it's on Saturday, February 18th, and it's an event for families with young children. You do not have to be a resident of Marion Center School District. They're opening this up to the public. It's just a nice day of education for the parents. They're having Let's Talk Baby seminars. They're doing car seat safety checks. You can register your child for the pre-K kindergarten program and certainly learn a lot about the services. They've offered table displays and information from the human service agencies in the county to come in and share their services with the people.
Yeah. County kindergarten registration's going on right now, too?
Yes, they're starting up here at the end of February through April. Just want to remind everyone that has children 5 years as of September 1st to get those kids registered. All the school districts are holding the registrations. Be prepared to provide your child's birth certificate, their immunization record, and of course each school district asks for other information as well. Those dates, I have those. If you're interested, you can call me at 724-463-8200, extension 4217, or you can certainly call your individual school district offices to find out when those are happening.
Yeah. Oh, I want to go back, and forgive me for messing
fine.
up here, but the Marion Center Elementary Palooza.
Yes.
The hours and the date, and it's at McCreary, correct?
It's at the McCreary Elementary School. Sorry about that. I forgot that as well. 10 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon, February 18th.
Okay.
So
Very, very good. Speaking of children, and we're talking a lot of kids issues here this morning. Have a workshop coming up, and I like the title, Understanding Trauma in Children and Adolescents.
Yes, that's on Thursday, March 2nd. It will be at the Indiana Country Club from 9 to 11 in the morning. It's being sponsored by, now this is a mouthful, the Health and Human Services Subcommittee of the Indiana County Emergency Planning Committee. This is a really active group for the county. They have asked Dr. Ralph May, the Chief Clinical Officer at the Community Guidance Center, to do the presentation. They're really opening up this session to pastors throughout the county as well as human service agency staff. There's a cost of $10. And again, it's being held on March 2nd at the Indiana Country Club. The session is going to cover the definition of trauma, how trauma affects children differently than adults, and what adults can do to help. Yeah,
I think that that's such a broad issue, and we need to understand that trauma is not just physical. It can be mental trauma as well, and emotional.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we need to understand that issue. And it's interesting as well that pastors are being targeted for this particular event.
Well, and a lot of times when there's an emergency or disaster, there's the first person that gets called. Exactly. People feel comfortable and want to reach out to them.
Yeah, and for them to have the skills and the wherewithal to be there and to be able to offer encouragement. Everybody's going to do it based upon their faith.
Correct.
Of course, everything's going to be centered on their faith. But then we need to find ways to guide the discussion and focus it in upon faith and the aspects of faith that will help people through these times.
That's correct.
And kids especially, they're open and they are willing to receive any sort of comfort that they can.
Right, and then sometimes they introvert, they keep it to themselves too. So knowing how to handle these situations with children and getting them to talk is certainly important.
My, oh my, the children's activities you're here to talk about today. You've got Family Fun Fest coming up. You've got Safe Day, Bump Baby, and Beyond, and the Children's Advisory Council basket raffle. My goodness, Maureen.
Lots of things happening. The Children's Advisory Commission, I think you've heard before, is a very active group here in the county seeking to improve the outcomes for children and families. And one of those ways is to provide free activities for families and children. And the Fun Fest coming up on March 4th is the 14th annual Fun Fest. It's being held. Yes, it's a really nice activity, well known throughout the community. And again, it's being held at the Indiana Mall on March 4th from 10 to 3 in the morning, or 10 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon, I'm sorry. It is a free event. The activities are primarily scheduled for kids best between the ages of 2 and 10. And each year, the committee that plans this picks a theme, and this year is space.
Okay.
Now, what do you think about when I say space?
When
Todd?
you say space, I think
Yes.
of outer space.
Right, and I think a lot of people do.
Uh-huh.
But the planning committee wanted to get the agencies and organizations that offer the activities to become more creative, and they are defining space as anything you want it to be,
Oh, okay.
such as outer space, inner space, wide open space, pastoral space,
Okay.
deep sea, parking, cyber, personal space, anything that you want to use.
Everything built around the word space.
Space,
And
yes.
it's very, I imagine it's in the Oxford English Dictionary with almost as many uses as the word set.
That's correct. But anyway, they've asked the agencies, organizations that there's probably around 50 tables that'll be there. They asked them to plan activities based around the theme, so it's going to be quite interesting to see what everybody comes up with.
Yeah, my personal space. Stay out of my space is
Yeah.
that's good. I like that. I like that a whole lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so people can get creative with that.
Yes, they can. There's lots of activities that day, scheduled activities as well. The Carnegie Science Center is going to be there with their mobile planetarium.
Oh, they do so much good, fun stuff.
Yes,
they
they
really
do.
do. Kids love them.
Yeah. And there's always a big activity room that's run by members of the committee. This year they're calling it the Silver Cloud Experience, a trip to Mars.
Okay.
So they're doing some fun things in there with the kids. The New Story Sensory Perception Room, they're going to be doing some creative things in there as well. And one of the biggest hits every year, of course, is the 4-H Petting Zoo. And their room is called the Pasture this year. So
The pasture.
the Pasture.
There
So
you go.
we'll see. It's fitting into that one definition of space.
Wear boots.
Right. On stage, along with the Carnegie Center, they're doing a Center Solar Quest at 11 a.m. Every year they hold a parent-child lookalike contest. So if you're looking like your children, if your children are looking like you, they're age 8 and under, bring them in and sign up, see if you can be the winner. There will be a magician at 1 p.m., David Lawrence. And the ATA Martial Arts and Karate for Kids will be doing a demonstration at 2 p.m. So lots and lots of activities. It's a really fun day. I've been involved with it for all 14 years, and it's just amazing the number of people that
Yeah.
fill up that mall and have a great day.
Yeah, tremendous. All right, so we've got a few other events. Safe Day is on the way.
Yes, that is on Saturday, March 11th, and that is being sponsored by the Arc of Indiana County. This is a free event that's designed to provide safety awareness for everyone. So community members, organizations, and agencies involved in safety services, law enforcement, healthcare, victim support, emergency services will all be on hand to provide information and answer any questions. And I know this is an annual event too. I'm not sure how many years it's been around. Barb Telhorster of the ARC could certainly answer that. She thinks very highly of this activity, and of course, safety is always an issue with kids. So
Yeah.
go on out and learn some more about safety.
Yeah, and you know, it's interesting as well when you talk about that topic. If you went to it last year, your kids are a year older now, and there are probably things that you hadn't considered before that maybe you need to start thinking about
That's
now.
correct. That's correct.
Yeah.
As we develop, our needs change there, don't they?
Bump Baby and Beyond is on the way again.
Yes, I think this is the second year, and again, this is sponsored by the Children's Advisory Commission. It is an expo. They will be offering vendor fare items for folks that are pregnant, have their baby, and or beyond, the young children. So, parents of young families are more than welcome to attend. It's at the Indiana Mall on April 8th from 10 to 4. Lots of things happening. They're going to be doing. A lot of vendors will be selling items such as baby clothes, toys, maternity clothes. They're going to be doing a fashion show, working with the Indiana Mall Spring Fashion Show. Going to kind of incorporate that together, I guess. They're having 20-minute mini seminars on parenting topics. Again, another way for parents of young children to learn. I think we always hear that we have babies and children, but there isn't an instruction book to come along with them.
What? There's not?
We wish there were, right?
There's probably 1,000 of them out there. It's just you have to take time to read those things, and sometimes a setting like this is going to be much more helpful to you.
Exactly. Also, you mentioned the basket raffle. This is a fundraiser for the Children's Advisory Commission along with Indie Kids. And there will be 100-plus baskets to win, featuring many products from the vendors at the Bump Baby and Beyond Expo. The $5 basket party tickets are available to purchase. And you can also call 349-1821. You do not have to be present to win. And again, this is a nice little fundraiser to help the Children's Advisory Commission and Indie Kids to promote a lot of these children's activities that we're talking about today.
My goodness gracious. A whole bunch of children's activities. The focus today for Maureen Pounds and for the Indiana County Department of Human Services. Thanks so much for coming in this morning.
Well, thanks for having me.
We appreciate it anytime. Anytime. And you give our best to Lisa, and maybe we'll see her back here next month.
I will.
Or
Thank
maybe
you.
you'll come back and visit.
Well, I think Lisa likes doing this.
Come together, tag team, whatever you'd like to do. Thank you, Maureen.
Thank you.
It is Indiana in the Morning, presented, as always, by First Commonwealth Bank here on AM 1160 WCCS and 101.1 FM. It's about a minute and a half away from Fox News at the top of the hour. And after that, of course, we'll have our visit from the newsroom.